Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to make cold crab salad and hot crab salad. Alright, what we got here, I done got my crab in this bowl and in this pan. And this is green onion I done already put on top of it. Some cut up green onion. Now in the cold crab salad, we're going to put some purple onion. You can put the onion of your choice. I just had purple onion and it's a sweet onion, so that's what I decided to use. You're going to put sugar, some dill, and celery, and mayonnaise. Now you can use whatever mayonnaise, but I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't nothing but Blue Plate mayonnaise. That's it. That's the only mayonnaise. Now, in the hot crab bake, we're going to put sour cream, and we got some cayenne pepper, a little pinch of basil, some garlic powder, a little bit of seasoned salt. I used Lawry's. We're not going to put any salt because there's salt in that seasoned salt. You don't want it too salty. Black pepper, sugar in this recipe also. And I cut my celery into crescents for the hot crab dip. For the cold, I cut it a little bit finer, and I added the center parts of the celery that are real tender. They tend to go better in salads like, crab salad, chicken salad. That center part of the celery goes better. And don't throw away those little leaves in the middle either. Those are good. Good flavor. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to set my phone down for just a second. We're going to combine the ingredients. We're going to do the cold salad first. I'm just putting my ingredients into the bowl. Alright. And then, see, I've got my ingredients scooped into the bowl for the cold crab salad. We're going to put about 2 hefty scoops of mayonnaise. We're going to put, you don't want too much, but you don't want too little either. Hang on, y'all. Give me just a second. I'm going to go give my son some candy. Occupy him for a minute. Move. Bubblegum? Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and put that mayonnaise. Like I said, I'm just putting 2 scoops in there. And I'm gonna stir it up and show y'all what it looks like. At this time, you can also too be preheating your oven for the hot crab dip. I'm doing mine at 350 degrees. Have it already preheated, and you can just stick it in there. This cold crab salad, you can put it on po' boys. You can make sandwiches with it. You can eat it with some crackers, or Ritz crackers or something. It's not exactly a diet recipe, but there are ways that you can make this a diet recipe. The sugar, obviously you can replace it with something like stevia, something like that. But if you do that, just know that that's a lot sweeter. And I wouldn't add as much as you would sugar. I would add a little bit at a time and taste it to tell. And I'd try picking a sweetener that didn't have a little bit of a bitter taste to it. Today I figured, well, if I'm going to make it, I'm going to just go ahead and make the original recipe with real sugar. Alright. Now I'm going to show you our cold crab dip. There you have it. Now the longer this sits in the refrigerator, the better it'll be. And I may add a little more mayonnaise to make this a little creamier, more spreadable. Longer it sits in the refrigerator, the longer the flavors will meld together. Alright, now on the hot crab salad. We went over the ingredients here. Like I said, sour cream, sugar, crescent cut celery, pepper, Lawry seasoned salt, garlic powder, pinch of basil, cayenne pepper. And we're also going to be using cream cheese, which I've set mine out so it'll soften. And I'm going to put just a little spoonful of sesame oil, because this is this crab bake, you see it a lot at Chinese restaurants on the buffet, and a lot of people love this recipe. Well, I'm adding that little bit of Asian zing to it with just a little bit of sesame oil. We're also adding mayonnaise to this. You would think, oh gosh, mayonnaise in the oven, but the texture completely changes, and in a good way, mixed with all the ingredients. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mix that up also. You like that bubble gum, Moot? So good? Alright, the cream cheese is really soft. You want to get your cream cheese soft so it'll be easy to stir the ingredients together, and you're not struggling with it. Makes it a lot easier, a lot quicker. Alright, now this recipe, last recipe we added 2 spoonfuls of mayonnaise, or 2 little dips of mayonnaise. We're going to do the same thing on this recipe. 2 dips of mayonnaise in there. Now I'm going to add the sour cream. I'm going to show you how much sesame oil to add, and you don't want to add a lot, you know, just enough for that little bit of flavor. And I have about a half a thing of 8-ounce thing of sour cream here. I'm going to use that whole half in this hot crab dip. The whole half. Alright. Now, we've put all of our ingredients in except for the sesame oil. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cap off of the sesame oil and just fill the cap halfway full. Now we got our half a cap full of sesame oil. Just going to drizzle that on there. That'll be just a little bit of that sesame flavor. Now this is actually a homemade hot sauce that I made, and this is not exactly mild. It's not terrible, but it's not, you know, Louisiana hot sauce mild. We're going to add, we don't want this to be spicy, just a couple of little drops right there for the whole pan, and that'll help season the whole pan. Now, we've added all our ingredients. Now I'm going to mix it up. So set the phone down and mix it up. Did you eat that bubble gum? Here, you want another piece? Oh, look, I found something better. Chocolate. I found chocolate. There you go. Keeping him occupied. Now back to stirring this. We're going to stir this up. This cream cheese is easy to stir now. What I did was, preheating my oven, I sat my cream cheese on top of the stove, so that little bit of heat coming through helps soften up my cream cheese. And you don't want to leave it unattended, you know, while anything's sitting on top of your stove like that with your oven on, but it'll help soften your cream cheese. Alright, so I'm gonna mix up these ingredients. I'm gonna mix it up real good because those couple drops of hot sauce, you don't want it to be all on one bite, trust me. That hot sauce has some type of bird peppers or chili peppers in it, and it has some jalapenos, green and red, that I grew. I guess you could call that chipotles, whatever. Alright, now this is mixed up. Some people mix cheese in with it, cheddar cheese, grated cheddar cheese, but you don't necessarily have to mix it in with it. You can, but the point is just to have it in the recipe. So I've got some shredded cheddar cheese here, and I'm going to put a good bit. You want a nice thick layer on top of your casserole dish, and I'll show you in just a second what I'm talking about. This is going to be for supper tonight. This hot crab dip. I made the cold crab dip just to keep in the fridge and just snack on, you know. Have a cold dip in the fridge, you know. Alright, so we got our cheese on here. You want to spread it out. Spread it all over your hot crab dip here. It's not hot yet, but it's going to be here in a minute. Alright, now we got our cheese layer on top. Now whether you mix cheese in the dip or not, which we have our cream cheese in the dip, so I just didn't even bother to put sprinkled cheese in the dip. I'm just going to put it on top. Either way, you got to have that cheese on top for it to be like the kind at the Chinese buffet. It's got cheese on top, that melty cheese on top. So I'm putting mine on top. To each his own, you know, but that's what I'm doing. Now I'm going to pop this in the oven. And basically, you know, everybody's oven works a little bit differently sometimes. Basically, you're going to just let it get all nice and bubbly all the way through, nice and bubbly. And that's all you do. This, the cold crab dip, I'm going to pop it in the fridge. Somebody's getting ready for a nap. I'm going to pop this in the fridge. And I will post pictures later of the hot crab dip when it gets done. Alright, y'all. See you later.